look at what's in front of me, don't focus on the other things. I know that if I'm struggling, that only leads to a tougher me. And I want and need something that could challenge me, build up all my calluses, push through all their callousness. Becoming reckless, I'm ambitious and I'm restless, yeah. Was an apprentice but possessed a different engine, so I asked a lot of questions and I learned a lot of lessons, yeah.
Okay, in this video I'm going to go over one of the most common things I run into when coaching people. People do not put their foot on the foot peg first before they hit the rear brake. What they commonly do is they take their foot off and put all their pressure into the rear brake. So that effectively takes you from 0 to 100% pressure on the rear brake. It is very important that your foot hits the foot peg first and you use the leverage of your toes to, or whatever part of your foot is hitting the brake pedal, to apply the amount of pressure you want on the rear brake pedal. And you can also see when you take your foot off, it shifts your weight forward and cocks your body sideways, and it'll lift the back end off the ground and you will lose control of the motorcycle when you brake. Very important, foot peg first, then brake pedal and shift that weight back. Also brake in the boots so you get that downward pressure on the brake pedal. Okay, in the first video here, Jace is demonstrating the improper way to do it. Takes his foot off, puts all his pressure into the rear brake. You can see how his back end is not squatted into the dirt and he's just sliding on the top of the dirt. No control of the motorcycle when it's stopping. The bike is all over the place. Here we go. We got Jace demonstrating the correct way. He stopped about 30 feet earlier and he's using the foot peg and leveraging the pressure with the downward angle of his foot and using the front brake. And then we have Landon here. Landon is doing it, but you can see his foot on this run. It comes a little bit off the foot peg and then his body tweaks sideways and he loses the control of the bike as he's braking because there's no weight on the rear tire and it's not biting down into the dirt to stop. And then Landon does a better job on this one, stops again about 30 feet earlier because he's utilizing the front brake, the rear brake, and keeping that foot on the foot peg and the back of his body over the back end. And then we have Sebastian here. Sebastian does a great job of leveraging his foot, but he did not use enough front brake, but he did a good job of using the correct pressure on the rear brake. Here I have a video of myself. I have my foot on the foot peg. I'm applying the rear brake with the downward pressure, and you can see I brake in a straight line. I'm not losing control of the back end when I'm trying to apply the brakes. Straight line braking, that back tire is biting down into the dirt, and I come to a straight, complete stop. This is the way you need to utilize the brakes before you get into the corner.